Hello and welcome to Gadget Joe, and today we take a look at the P82 Flow by Antec. We have our hands on the Antec P82 Flow today, costing around £65, so we're going to take a look at what you get for your money. The box itself is a standard brown box with an image of a P82 on the front, with a specifications list on the side and a blown up image of the modular parts of the chassis on the back. On the other side is more specifications in assorted languages. Once out of the box you can see the P82 in all its glory. It is a relatively simple looking design with some interesting little details that we will touch upon. On the side is a full tempered glass panel, and on the front is a plain matte black panel that angles off to the left and stops on the right. On the left hand side of the front panel you get the front I/O in the form of mic and audio ports, twin USB 3, reset and power button. There is an aggressive blade edge styling across the top, which is the air intake vent. There is also a small light at the top left next to the first blade too. This design then carries on right down to the length of the front panel. On the top of the P82 is a magnetic dust filter that covers the mounting ports for the top cooling options. You can get either two 140 or three 120mm fans and up to a 240mm radiator here. Move back to that front panel and you can remove it by pulling away at the bottom and the top to allow it to swing open. It swings open due to the I/O panel cables, which are routed and clipped into position. The panel can actually be completely removed if needed. Once again you get a magnetic dust cover covering the front intake. Here you can mount up to three 140 or 120mm fans and a 360 or 280mm radiator. What's more is you get three 140mm white Antec fans included right out of the box. Turn the chassis around and you get a pretty standard rear layout here, with spacing for the PSU and mounting at the bottom, with a removable dust filter for the PSU fan underneath that slides out and back in for maintenance. Move up and you get 7 expansion slots. The top one is actually slightly better equipped for airflow to assist in airflow for the GPU. You can then remove the thumb screws to the side to lock it into position. Move up and you get a rear I/O cutout and then another included 140mm fan. Looking at the side or rear of the P82 you get a full-sized matte black panel secured in place by thumb screws. Remove these and you see a relatively simple layout with I/O cables routed along the motherboard tray. At the base in the Psu Shroud you get a hard drive caddy that pulls out to mount either one hard drive or two 2.5-inch drives. This whole caddy can be removed if needed by this thumb screw. On the left hand side of the rear you get a mounted SSD tray that is secured in place by thumb screws. Remove them and you get a large plate that can mount your SSDs into position, then hide away out of sight when back in position. Moving now to the front side of the P82 you get the full size tempered glass panel that removes via thumb screws. The glass is very lightly tinted. Once inside you get yet again another very basic simple layout. On the front you see those included three 140mm fans and space for up to a 360mm radiator. To the left you get cutouts for cable management, and moving to the rear you see the Psu Shroud, which does have a slightly embossed Antec logo, and it is full length too. Then you get the expansion slots and included 140mm fan too. The P82 can support ITX, MATX all the way up to full sized ATX boards. And that pretty much wraps up our review of the P82 Flow by Antec. And whilst it's not my most exciting case on the market, it certainly offers an impressive no frills, no nonsense approach, but is both practical and simple. The simple build quality actually makes for a really well constructed case that is nice and solid. What's more is there are no hidden surprises and the ventilation is plentiful considering its front panel. The included four 140mm fans are a very nice touch and quite easily the P82's unique selling point over its similarly priced competition. All of this in mind, I am happy to award the P82 our Gadget Joe Gold Award, as it is very much a does what it says on a tin chassis with plentiful cooling options right out of the box. As always, if you want to get your hands on your own, there is a link in the description, and if you liked this video, hit that like and subscribe button for more like this, and I'll see you in the next video.